Let's see. All right, very good. Just a quick little camera finagle there, but I think we're good to go. All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to your Sunday. Uh, I am sweltering in the kitchen already, and I'll tell you why. Dishwasher finished its cycle, I think, 4 seconds before we went live, and I'm standing right over it. So nice and steamy. Coffee pot's going. Oven's been running all night. It's hot. It's going to be a sweaty stream today, and I think that's fine because we've got a big old pork butt that we need to contend with right now. We've got some Ssam. We've got some buns we're going to be warming up. I was going to make crepes today, but then I found frozen steamed buns, and let's be real, we're just going to do that instead. I've got some kimchi. We're going to do some other pickles. We're going to do some daikon, maybe some carrots. We're going to make rice. What else do we have for Ssam? We've got lettuce cups. And I thought it would be kind of fun, and I didn't mention this to Kat. I'm going to see what she wants to do. I thought we might also look at either doing onion rings to go with the Ssam, or we could do a bloomin' onion. Because I don't think anyone's ever done onion rings or a bloomin' onion with Ssam. But why not? I think fried onions sound great with a big old piece of pork. So we could do either one of those, or we could do neither one of those. But we'll just see how we feel as we go through the stream. All right. So we're just gonna organize ourselves here a little bit. The pork has been cooking all night, so we need to get the pork out of the oven and get it situated into a pan to roast or to rest in. So that's going to be our first job right now, and it's going to be quite a job because I took a quick peek at that pork, and it's very cooked. Let's say that. I don't think it's overdone by any means, but it is quite soft. So we've got to contend with that here. So that's our first job. All right. Another thing we need to contend with that is ultra important is getting me some coffee. That's quite possibly the most important thing we need to work on. So let's get this pork pulled. Let's get this pork out of the oven, and then let's get some coffee. Kat's over in the other room being an adventurer. She's replaying Scrim, which is always fun. Oh my gosh, Liquid IV, so good. Hey, Kristen, what's up? All right. Let's take a look at this pork. So, this is a big old pork butt. Boom. Big old pork butt. I put this in the oven last night at 10 minutes after 7. This went into the oven, and I just pulled it out right now at 10 minutes after 11. So what is that? 12, 16 hours? Is that right?
Yeah, something like that.
All right. 16 hours. It spent the first 45 minutes at 350 with the lid off, and it spent the rest of the time lid on at 215. Okay? Fahrenheit. And I took a peek at this a few hours ago, but I haven't jiggled it or anything like that. I just took the lid off to see where we were. Okay. So maybe I'll take it over to the stove, actually. Maybe that way you can get a better kind of top-down look at it. But suffice it to say, this is a big old greasy bowl of pork right now, which is pretty fun, but it is going to be complicated to get this pork out of this pot here without it all just disintegrating. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, baby. So, salt, pepper, a little tiny bit of sugar in here, a couple of garlic cloves, a couple slices of ginger, and that's it. I added no liquid to this, so everything that's in here, all of this liquid came from the pork. And I think it would be pretty nice of us to use that liquid to cook the rice, maybe? What's up, Stinky? How are ya? How are ya? I'm okay. I had a pretty rough night. I think I got a little bit of food poisoning last night. So your boy's drinking some liquid IV this morning. We're not going to get gross. I'm not going to go into details. Let's just...
You also had a lot to drink, because I'm fine.
But I also ate a calzone that you didn't.
That is... Okay, that's true.
So and based on, again, I'm not going to get gross and get into the symptoms, but I'm just going to say that based on my symptoms, I think I got a little bit of food poisoning last night. So I'm drinking some liquid IV this morning. I'm probably not going to drink beer on this stream. But you know, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, yeah, dude, we got all the pot juice. But let's give this boy a jiggle. Ooh. Oh yeah, she's just ready to fall apart. Although, I think I actually am going to be able to lift this whole thing out. Let's see. I mean, I got to be really careful, but... Oh yeah, she's definitely just ready to disintegrate. And actually, I'm going to be a little bit smarter than this. I'm going to first actually put some parchment paper in the bottom of our roasting pan, because when we go to re-roast this pork, what we're going to do is put some more brown sugar on the top of it and roast it in a super hot oven for like 4 minutes, just to like put a crust on it. And by putting parchment paper down, it's going to make the cleanup a lot easier, because that sugar, when it caramelizes and kind of burns, it'll just burn on the paper instead of burning on the pan. So let's put some paper down. And then let's be big strong boys together. Oh yeah. Woo-hoo-hoo. All right, not bad. Look, we only lost like this kind of one good muscle right here. And that's fine. We're just going to tuck it right back in there. Got a couple little snacks here for Dad. And we can just strain all of this juice out, and we can use that to cook our rice. We can do all kinds of crazy stuff there, like cooking rice. That's the only idea I really have. Just got over the flu. Is the worst flu I've ever had. Oh, Kristen, I'm so sorry. Did we finally bully Jason into streaming? Yes. I have been sufficiently bullied. Here's my pork butt. Where's the best camera? Is this the best camera to show you guys? Look at this. Look how pretty. That's not even a great camera either. Sorry. Guess you don't get a camera. Yeah, we're gonna stream this morning. Obviously, we're live right now, and then this afternoon we're gonna go celebrate the Dolphins beating the Bills. Fingers crossed. That's our plan. Because this is normally kind of an evening, nighttime stream, as you know. But today, we're gonna stream right now, and we're gonna do a little lunchtime stream. So, here's our pork belly, or excuse me, not pork belly, pork butt. We did the math, cooked for about 16 hours. And so we're just gonna let this rest a little bit. It's obviously fully cooked. 16 hours of confit. We will crank the oven up just at the last minute of the stream today, just so we don't have the oven continue to be, heating up the kitchen. We'll throw a little bit of brown sugar on here. Maybe a little bit more salt. We'll taste a little bit of this. Maybe a little bit more salt. Maybe like some chili oil or something too. And we'll just blast that in a hot oven just to give it a crust. That's it. That's all we need to do is just kind of give it that little bit of a sugary, kind of caramely crust. And then we will put this into just like a big cast iron just to like serve it, right? Just so it kind of looks nice. We've got butter lettuce to like make little lettuce cups with it. I've got frozen steamed buns that we'll just reheat. We do have a steamer, but quite honestly, you can just microwave those with like a paper towel. So I think that's all we're going to do. Why not? I did get some kimchi. We're going to pickle some daikon radish. We're going to make some really porky rice with a bunch of shallots. I'm going to make like a shallot and ginger kind of like chunky sauce for this. We've got hoisin. The grocery store I went to was out of gochujang. I even asked. I went to like this market that has everything. I was like, "Do you guys have gochujang?" Like it was, the spot on the shelf was empty, and the guy right off the top was like, he's like, "No, we got cleaned out of gochujang." He's like, "We'll have more on Monday." And I was like, "Cool." It's like the one thing they didn't have, which it's gonna happen. And then we're just gonna eat bosom. Depending on how Kat feels, we might make some onion rings or a blue and onion. We definitely don't need to, obviously, but be kind of fun. Lumberman Cooking, welcome in. Thanks for the raid. Holy smokes. Good morning. I gotta get caught up with chat because I have been just talking to myself over here and not paying attention to what you guys are doing. Raiding in with some beard sticking, finger licking deliciousness. What's up, everyone? Welcome in. Lumberman, thanks for the raid. Appreciate you guys being here. To recap, bosom today. If you don't know what bosom is, it's not traditionally what we're doing. But I've got this big old pork belly, or I keep saying pork belly, this big pork butt. We cooked this pork butt confit for about, what did we say, 16 hours? It cooked overnight. The kitchen's really hot. I'm sweating. The kitchen's really hot. Bosom traditionally is like a boiled pork belly. I think that's why I keep saying pork belly. It's traditionally like a boiled pork belly. I use pork shoulder or pork butt. Fun fact, pork butt is not actually the butt of a pig, but it's the shoulder, in case you didn't know. We've got lettuce cups. We've got steamed bread, kimchi, all kinds of sauces and condiments. We're going to make some rice, and we were just discussing frying up some onions. So, a lot of stuff going on today, but thanks for being here. Thanks for coming to hang out. It seems the good teams decided to start looking... Moreland, sorry I missed your message. Decided to start losing towards the end of the season. Listen, I'm a Miami Dolphins ride or die fan. I've been a Miami Dolphins fan for as many years as I've been around. I fully expect them to underperform. I wish they didn't, but go Dolphins, fins up. That's all I'm going to say is fins up. Are they going to win today? Am I going to cheer for him? You better believe it. All right, let me get caught up here. Not the Steelers is a bad team. They're just bad this year. Yeah. Chef on Paper, hello. Welcome in. Moreland says to Kitchen View, if it makes you feel better, Eagles just made a decision to lose for the rest of the season. I'm honestly probably going to watch the 49ers versus Rams. Not get mad. Yep. Confit with duck fat? No. So, again, maybe not a technically accurate confit because it's not duck fat, but it's just the fat from the pork shoulder. So the pork confit, maybe you should call it. On that pork butt, salt, pepper, a little bit of sugar, some garlic, and some ginger in the pot. Nothing else. 350 Fahrenheit for like 45 minutes. Lid on. 215 Fahrenheit for whatever else. 15 and a half hours. That's what we did. So all of this liquid in the pot, all of this stuff, as I burn my delicate little fingers off, this is all just drippings that came off that pork butt. We didn't add any liquid whatsoever. So this is all just good drippings from that pork butt. And likely what we'll do is we will strain this and dilute this a bit, and we'll use this to cook our rice too, so you can have some porky rice. And one thing I like doing with the rice is I like to add shallots and Chinese sausage. So I've got a bunch of shallots, I've got garlic, I've got ginger, I've got lapsang, the dried Chinese sausage. I saute all of that together, and then you add your rice. You wash your rice, add the rice to that, and I like to use some pork fat and some pork drippings along with water, of course, because you can't just cook all your rice with just pork drippings, or that rice will be like way too much. But you can take some of those pork drippings and some water and use that as your cooking liquid for your rice. Mwah. Mwah. Okay, so with all that talk about rice, let's get started on some knife work, shall we? Let's do a bunch of shallots, because we need shallots for a couple of condiments. We'll probably pickle some. I think I'm just going to cut probably all of my shallots, because we're just going to use them for kind of everything. All right, Dolphins definitely going to win today. I hope so. I can't underestimate the Bills. Yep. And the Dolphins always played pretty poorly against the Bills, too. So, yeah, Uncle Stinky, it's butt juice. I was about to slobber me jealous you had duck fat like that. We do still have some duck fat in the fridge from when we roasted a duck, but yeah, definitely not that amount. We don't have enough duck fat to confit a pork shoulder. Let's see. All right, let's do this. Let's cut some shallots. Do y'all say shallot or shallot? I say shallot because that's correct, but I'm wondering what you all say. Gonna break down and get ready for Pack and Bears. All right, Lumberman, thanks for coming in. Thanks for bringing the team over to see us. Pleasure to have you. You know what? I was so rude. I didn't even ask what you guys were doing. What was? Oh, what were they doing?
UPenn says made a burger from the Bob's Burgers cookbook that added venison bacon.
Ooh, very nice. Cool. Well, I hope it was great, you guys.
Also, the deleted message was one of those, follow here, get follow here.
Well, you know what? The thing about those bots that send you those messages, it's very considerate. I appreciate that these robots just want me to have more followers, and all I have to do is click here and give my data. I mean, that's low key, not a bad deal. Hey, Kim, what's up? Oh, the new Baconings burger. Bob's Burgers, man. What a trip. Did we watch the movie, Kat?
We did.
Because I have a...
We watched it here at home.
Did we?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I have a weird remembrance of us like watching it, but I can't like remember
watched it at
anything about it. What's up, Miss Melanie? How are you? All right, everyone. Get ready to judge my knife skills super harshly. I haven't picked up a knife in what seems like years, so, you know, be kind. Be charitable. You know, 'tis the season to be charitable to those of us who pretend we know what we're doing in the kitchen. Okay. And yeah, let's keep that non-emergency number on speed dial, Cat, okay? Because I have 10 fingers right now. Let's see if we can end the day with the same amount. Or more. That would be pretty cool.
What?
Huh? Let's see. We're just going to get all these shallots opened up. I'm going to do... Well, we might just dice all of them, actually. I was going to say we might just do rings, but... Well, the pickled ones, maybe we'll do rings. But I'm just taking the tops and the bottoms off all of these so they're a bit easier to peel. And, of course, always rinse everything when you get it home from the store. You don't need to like go crazy and like put soap or anything on your vegetables. I actually made a YouTube video about that like back in the day. But just rinse stuff, you know what I mean? Like gets the dirt off, gets everyone's, you know, fingers and stuff off of it from the grocery store. Anything from shipping and stuff, you know. I lost my chef knife when I was moving. Very sad. I'm using a Target knife. Moreland, get yourself a new knife. Oh my gosh, it's been so long since I've worked with shallots. I'm going to make a fool of myself. I'm just going to do a couple of these into rings. A couple of the nicer shaped ones. We'll just cut those into rings for some pickling. But the rest of these, we're just going to mince them. So... no big deal. Mince them or even just julienne them. Like for the fried rice, it doesn't really... Or not the fried rice, but the rice, it doesn't really matter because they get cooked down so soft anyway. But some of these that are a bit nicer of a shape, we'll cut these into rings. What do you say? Moreland. I'll tell you what, Moreland. I found... the first year Kat and I went to TwitchCon... it was such a bizarre occurrence, but like literally right outside of our Airbnb where we were staying, there was a massive farmer's market, which we didn't know was happening. We had no idea. And one day we walked outside, like one morning we walked out just like getting ready, I think to like go meet up with like some Twitch people.
No, I think we were just gonna have a day because it was Saturday and we only got Friday tickets that year.
Yeah, I think we were just gonna go like see some Twitch people and not go to the con that day. But we literally opened the door of our Airbnb and like people on the street like have like their booths up and they turn around and look at us and they're like, we all just kind of look at each other like, what? And it was like this massive farmer's market that spanned like several blocks. And we're just like, hey, hey, everyone. And so we ended up just like the Twitch people we were meeting up with were like, oh, we're going to this farmer's market over here. And we're like, yeah, we're there. Like we slept there. So we ended up like meeting up with some Twitch people at that farmer's market. And one of the booths there was a knife sharpener. And he was also just like selling knives that he had. You know, knives he just like had acquired or like people had sent to like be sharpened and then just like hadn't picked up for years or something like that, right? I don't know. So I was just kind of digging through his stuff and a lot of it was just, you know, just kind of garbage. But he had two sabatiers, like these old, literally this knife, these old French, like carbon knives. So he had both of these at his little table, like this little petty, and this is like a 10-inch chef. And they had the handle is drilled out. Let's see if you can see it. The handle's drilled out, and they had like the little hanging hooks. And yeah, just carbon knives. And I was like, oh, how much for those? And I think I got the 2 of these, I think, for like $10. It's like, sweet. Sure, man. Sounds great. I think I'm gonna not haggle because that's already a pretty crazy deal. So, you know, if you want a high carbon Sabatier, let me know, because I don't really like them that much. Spent the whole day thinking about reasons to not quit my PhD. Relatable. Relatable. I wish I could give you some advice on that, but I go through that same that same feeling of, should I quit my my Con Ed, all my stuff I have to do? No, probably shouldn't. Think about it this way. Think of how much time and money you've already invested into it. You know, it's not worth throwing that out, right? All right. The rest of these shallots, I think I'm fine to just kind of julienne or mince the rest of these. I've got 4 of them that we're going to keep into nice rings. But the rest, I think we're fine to just straight up chop them. I feel like I'm having a middle PhD crisis. I think it happens to everyone. I don't have a PhD, but I am pursuing a terminal designation in my field, which is, I wouldn't say it's not an equivalent workload to a PhD, I'm sure, but I feel like I can commiserate with the idea of having to spend a bunch of time and money pursuing work outside of work. It's really, really unpleasant. I'm not investing any money, no student loans. Oh, well, you're making your case harder. All right. I'm planning on making hamburger with a can of peas, juice included, with onion, ginger, and soy sauce served over rice. There you go. Oh, Ms. Melanie, I'm sure sorry to hear that. I missed your message. I'm sure sorry to hear that. A PhD is a terminal degree, isn't it? Isn't there technically something after a PhD, but it's like 3 people in history have ever done it or something? I don't know. Academia's got its own rules about everything, right? Academia is just competitive learning. Let's be honest.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
It's not even competitive learning, it's competitive research. Okay. We've got a lot of shallot. We're going to use these in just about everything today, so it's definitely more time efficient to just prep them all at once rather than getting out and peeling shallots, 3 or 4 times throughout the day. So they're a little bit of a pain to peel, but we're getting there. We're almost done. There are certifications you can get after, but not degrees. Oh, okay. I don't know. I've been out of academia for a while, thank God. God bless you, smart people. Cat chuckles from the other room.
I know. I feel like I'm probably going to have to get a PhD in the future. It sounds exhausting.
It does sound exhausting. Kat has a doctorate, but not a PhD.
Yeah.
So Kat's gonna be like a double doctor at some point. We're gonna have to call her Dr. Cat. And if you don't, she strikes you.
What?
Moreland says, I am not staying in academia. F this. Yup. Uh-huh. I mean, it's fine. Like, I mean, academia really, like, works for some people. I mean, and that's good. Like, you want the people who are in it to, like, have it, like, really work for them, obviously. But also, some people, you're just like, holy smokes. Like, I went to grad school with, one girl I went to grad school with, without, like, okay. I don't mean what I'm about to say in a super mean way, but it's going to kind of be a little bit mean. Just bear with me. When I was getting my MBA, one of the people in my cohort was, and I was relatively young for my cohort too, but this young lady was, I want to say she was 17, and like 17 and getting an MBA is pretty impressive, I guess. But you know, she was also kind of very upfront with, oh yeah, I'm gonna get my MBA and then I'm gonna go get a PhD and I'm gonna be like a tenured track professor like by age 21. It's like, I mean, maybe yes, maybe you are, but also why? Like, and being a professor at age 21, I mean, you're going to be younger than most or all of your students, which in a vacuum on paper shouldn't matter, but in a real world practical setting, that is a dynamic that you need to be aware of and understand that some folks are not really going to be super on board with, you know, having a professor be that young and question your, you know, real world experience with the material you're trying to teach. Anyway, God bless her. Hope she's doing well. Haven't talked to her in many years. In enough years that she probably should be a tenure track professor at this point. Being dyslexic, community college is what I could get to. Listen, man, there's nothing in the world wrong with community college.
If anything, it's really smart because it's so much cheaper.
I did academia for a time, like was around colleges, worked for colleges. I'm pretty disillusioned with the whole academia thing. But I'll tell you this, there's nothing in the world wrong with education, like at any level. Like there's nothing to say that community college is worse than, you know, what am I trying to say? Like a celebrated university or something like that. It's like one isn't better than the other. They serve different purposes, and not everyone should aspire to like go to Ivy League schools and you know, go through that path, because that path is just not for everyone, and it doesn't mean that you're not smart enough for it or you're not capable enough or anything like that. It's that there's different paths through life. You know, academia and, you know, traditional higher education is great for some people and gives you, you know, purpose in your life and stuff, and that's great, but it's not for everyone, and that's completely fine. It doesn't mean that anyone's better or worse than anyone else. It's just different. You know, not everyone wants to be an electrician or could be an electrician. Not everyone wants to or could be a chef or a banker or anything like that. It's, you know, we've got to have folks who have different strengths and different skill sets, and that's what makes the world go round. I mean, there's not a thing wrong with having a different path than someone else. But I feel like there is a lot of judgment about academia, and like, oh, you've got to get into the best college and blah, blah, blah. And why? Why is my response. Why? Who cares? Who cares? All right. Let's mince a few more of these for the rice. Or actually, I think maybe we'll use the julienne ones for the rice. And maybe we'll use these minced for one of our condiments. Okie dokie. Let's do that. You know, I was about to do something real stupid, Kat. I was about to make a comment about how I haven't cut myself yet.
Did you almost cut yourself?
No. I didn't. But I also have been around knives long enough to know that as soon as you say it, that's when you will do it. Okay. Got good minced boys there. And then the rest of these, why don't we just slice the rest of these into like half moons? I think that sounds fine. And we're just going to have shallots of a couple different shapes and cuts and sizes ready to rock and roll. All right. Holy smokes, you know what I forgot?
What?
To get myself coffee.
What?
How?
Ow! You ding dong?
You dingus. I'm a darn diddly dingus. I don't know. But it's coffee time. I also got to blow my nose. And I think that's because of the shallots. They're making my eyes water a little bit. My nose is running.
You're just kind of a calamity.
I'm falling apart right now. I'm falling apart. But shallot prep is almost done. So that's merciful. Okay. Oh, man, I'm falling apart. Okay, good. I think that's probably all we're going to need for shallots. Ugh. I look very young, so I had people crash into my class and not realize it, not just students hanging out. It's rough to even look young in academia. Yeah. The expensive culinary school gave me better connections. Other than that, I could have learned everything in kitchens or at a community college, and looking back, probably should have done the latter. Just a chef on paper. Excuse me. I am going to go blow my nose. But I didn't go to a culinary school. I have been inside culinary schools, but I didn't go to culinary school. It seemed like, or let me say this. It seems like the folks I have worked with, I spent, 7 years cooking professionally? 6 or 7 years cooking professionally. And the folks that I worked with who did go to culinary school, I would say generally generally start their first job in kitchens with a small advantage over someone like moi, who is just completely new. Because culinary school does teach you a lot of really good things. I would say that once you, how am I trying to phrase this? The folks I worked with who went to culinary school had a better base or foundation of knowledge, obviously, than someone who comes into the industry completely cold. Go figure. That being said, I agree that a lot of the skills you learn, you can pick up just by learning, for sure. But that's true of any field. You can pick it up by working with people who know what they're doing, and if you have good mentors and good teachers. I was really fortunate to have like great sous chefs when I was brand new, who spent a lot of time with me and taught me a lot. So I was really fortunate in that regard. But yeah, I mean, I think that culinary school, I think it does help with connections. I think you're spot on with that. And I think it helps you get your foot in the door in the industry. But I think that's a big reason to get any sort of certificate or degree for what you're trying to do. Is it helps get you in. And it gives you that sort of like, it kind of gives the people hiring you for your first job that assurance that like you're probably not completely worthless in your first job. Like this person, anyone doing their first job in any field, you're going to be worthless. Let's be real. At least at first, you've got to pick up some skills. I'm not saying anything that anyone doesn't know. But starting with a certificate or a degree is sort of that little bit of insurance of like, they're not going to be as bad as someone who's just coming in completely cold. That being said, I think one disadvantage to culinary school that I have observed is, and it depends on the person. It's not everyone who went to culinary school. It's definitely about people's personalities, et cetera, et cetera. But some folks I worked with who did go to culinary school had a really hard time unlearning things that they were taught in culinary school. Like very resistant to do it this way, not the way they taught you over there. Like very resistant to that. And again, not everyone. But I think it can be difficult to unlearn things if they were drilled into you at some point. So there's that too. Do you even need a community college degree for a line cook position? No. Can you make your way through without any degree? Yes. Yeah. To be in a kitchen, education, formal education, high school, college, university, not required and actually probably detrimental to you. Would be my... Oh, I made that coffee kind of weak, didn't I? Yeah, potentially I would say detrimental. Because you then may have to answer questions about, if you have a degree, why do you want to work here? Why do you want to do this? Which is super not fair, by the way. Super not fair question. When I was fresh out of college, the first time around, I left college at a time when finding a job was very, very difficult, regardless of what field. I take that back. If you had a degree in nursing, you were great. Anything else, tough spot to be in. And I do not have a degree in nursing or anything remotely near that. So I left college with a degree in a, I think, interesting but objectively worthless field. And I had a very, very hard time even getting interviews for entry level jobs that like didn't even require bachelor's degrees. because a lot of what people were looking for at the time was just get people as cheap as you can. And so I had to answer the question a lot of, well, you have a degree, why do you want to do this? And, and it's hard in an interview to be like, because I have bills. Like, why do I want to work here? I don't want to work here, but I want a paycheck. Like, I don't want to work here. You're right. I'm not passionate about whatever this job is. Of course not. Like, let's be adults. But at the same time, it's a job interview. You got to play the game a little bit. But yeah, it's super unfair to be like I literally had more than one interview where the person interviewing me for the job was like, well, your degree's in this. Have you thought about working here or doing this? Which I think people meant well by it, but it was kind of like, but I'm here. I'm interviewing for this job. Like, why are you trying to tell me where else I should interview? I don't know. Fortunately, I think things have changed, and hopefully it's not as hard to find a job now for people fresh out of school or trying to get on their first career track. Agree with you 100%. I love new people willing to learn. You can train them to do things exactly the way the business wants it done. Yup.
Well, I know we had that in PT school. The folks who had been, like rehab aides or techs or whatever for several years. It was the same thing.
Can you guys hear Kat?
Hard.
Cat's talking. I don't know if you guys can hear Kat.
It was the same thing, they'd pick up habits from these clinics that they worked at, and it was a lot harder to unlearn some of that in PT school, whereas there's somebody like me who was, like a cellular biology major who had zero experience in outpatient clinics, and I was just a sponge. I'm like, teach me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it makes a huge difference because I didn't go into it with like a chip on my shoulder, whereas some of my classmates did. Like, I remember there were a couple awkward times where, like, I'm not saying you shouldn't be able to challenge your professors. Like, I think there's
a time and a place for it, though.
Sure. Like, I think, and there's a way to do it respectfully. And there were a couple times where a few of my classmates were like challenging them in a not very professional way.
Yeah. And
it was very awkward. It's like, we're here to learn? Like, you're a little, like, greenhorn. Like, what are you doing here?
Uh-huh.
Oh boy, those shallots are strong, aren't they? Even just walking over here, my eyes are watering.
Don't cry over cut shallots, Kat.
Can I have some more coffee?
You can. Do you think it's a little weak?
Yeah. A little bit.
Okay.
I mean, it's good. But yeah, a little weak. Can you pour me some coffee?
Oh, yeah. The amount of kitchens that are revolving doors at the moment, though. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, kitchens have been revolving doors. Kitchens have had revolving doors for a while, but yeah, I agree with you. It's pretty wild. I thought it was an unfair question until I started working on hiring committees, and we again and again had to restart hiring process because someone we knew was overqualified, sounded very committed. Yeah, all the HR stuff, and then accept an offer somewhere else. Sure, yeah, I get that. You always have to worry about your position being a safety blanket. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's very fair. And I too have, not to be like, I know, but I also have been on hiring teams, and that is a very fair point you make. When you're applying for an entry-level job, though, especially in a job market where it's really tough to get hired, the idea of, like in my situation that I was talking about, it was not an environment where like job candidates were like leveraging offers against other offers. It was a hard time to find a job. So it was sort of like if you got a job offer, you jumped. And a lot of the hiring, or I should say all of the hiring I've done has been entry-level jobs, and you do always have that kind of in the back of your mind of, is this person just trying to leverage an offer into something else? But at the end of the day, you can't really know. So, you just do what you can do to get them to sign on if they would be a good fit for your team, and if they ultimately end up jumping ship on you or ghosting you or something, there's only so much you can do about that at the end of the day, unfortunately. All right. You waste time trying to hire that overqualified candidate. Other positions, you have to restart. No, absolutely. Hiring's a nightmare. I think hiring people is not fun. I would say, I am of the opinion that looking for work, like trying to find a job, is just about the most painful thing in the world. It's awful. I don't know if you've been job hunting recently. Fortunately, I haven't had to look for a while. But I remember, I've had to look for jobs, several times through my life. It sucks. It's so dehumanizing. It's so unpleasant. Everything about the process is just gosh, you just kind of feel why does it have to be this difficult? Why does every step of the process have to be so annoying? But that's the name of the game sometimes, I guess. All right. If you aren't familiar, this is lapshang. This is Chinese sausage. These are shelf-stable sausages. You'll find these at grocery stores. Often not refrigerated. They're just vacuum packed. They're nice, sweet, semi-dried sausages. Very, very delicious. This brand actually is somewhat local to me. They're up here in Washington, and I am crazy about these things. They are so good. Very, very kind of a sweet but funky flavor. And all I'm going to do here is just cut these little kind of tips of the tough casing off. Edible, just, it's just a little bit of dried casing, which maybe isn't so pleasant. So I'm just going to nip those off. And then all I'm going to do is just slice these sausages on a bias. And we're going to saute these with some shallots, and we're going to use these in our rice. So our rice is going to have shallots, garlic, ginger. We're going to cook it with some of that pork dripping. It's also going to have this lapshang. What else? I think that's all we need to say about the rice. But I love these sausages. They're so good. If you haven't had these, I would super recommend you track them down. Very, very, very delicious. Okay. We'll do that. We're going to saute these sausages down with these shallots here. I love that in fried rice. Yup. These are so, so good. Oh! Oh my god. Alright. That moment of hesitation you just saw, that was me going, should I add more of these sausages? But I'm not going to, because we are going to cook it with the pork drippings. We're going to practice some restraint. So we're just going to get those sausages in the pot. Just render out a little bit of that fat. We'll throw the shallots in next. I'm just going to mince up like a clove of garlic and just a tiny little bit of ginger. Actually, I think I'm going to forego the ginger because Kat doesn't love the ginger. And you know what? We also have garlic and kind of everything else. And Kat is also a little bit susceptible to garlic. Let's just and there's garlic and ginger in the pork broth. Let's just do the shallots and the lapchons. Let's just do that. Save us a few steps too. Last time we hired a person, she was underqualified on paper and worked out amazingly. There you go. There you go. All right. Okay. Zoop. Just get our board cleaned up here. Okay, good. Good. All right. So we'll get our rice going. After the rice is going, we will start working on some of our pickles. We're gonna do some pickled radish and maybe some pickled carrot. I do have kimchi already. We've got the lettuce cups, we just need to wash them, or the butter lettuce, we just need to wash that. The steamed buns, those are already done. The pork, we just need to glaze. So I think we're in good shape. I think we are in good shape. Get that pork starting to render.
It smells good.
Kat says it smells good. That's all we need to hear, as long as we have Kat's approval. Kat, did you want to do anything with onions?
Yeah, go for it.
Well, what sounds better to you?
You seem very excited about the bloomin' onion. So let's go with that.
I guess we're going to do a bloomin' onion, everyone.
If it's feasible.
If it's feasible, do you know who I am? Come on. So let's do this. Let's do a bloomin' onion. Because a bloomin' onion with bosom just sounds hilarious to me. So let's do a bloomin' onion, and let's do like a... I have Kewpie mayonnaise. Let's do a Kewpie mayonnaise with like... let's do like a charred jalapeno Kewpie... Actually, let's do chili crisp and Kewpie mayonnaise. Let's do that. Let's do chili crisp and Kewpie mayonnaise with a bloomin' onion for a nice light side dish for our 15-pound pork butt. Yeah, let's do that. Because you know what? Sometimes when you're eating a whole pork butt between two people, you go, you know what we need? A side dish. We need something to wash this down. Ridiculous. All right. Let me get a bowl to wash some of our rice. Whatever. It's going to be fun. Hey, Andrew, what's up? Happy New Year. All right. Let me get some rice going. This is, what kind of rice did we figure out this was?
I don't remember.
Kokuho Rose. That sounds like a brand. I don't know. Andrew, what? Alright, well, there you go. Andrew, how are you? Super good to have you with us. We're just going to give our rice a rinse and let that soak. I'm going to pull our sauté off the heat. Get that stirred around, because I don't really want these shallots to like pick up any color. I just want them to get translucent. And as these cook in with the rice, these are going to just basically melt. And so we'll just have, I mean, you know, you'll still be able to find them here and there in the rice, of course. But they basically just melt in. And once we add all that pork fat too, delicious. Delicious. All right. Andrew, we are super good, man. We are making a bunch of really stupid food today. really porky rice, bosom, and we just agreed that we're gonna make a bloomin' onion, because why not? Because why not? I'm coming off of a weird minor bout of food poisoning, I'm convinced, last night. But I'm feeling okay. I'm drinking liquid IV. I'm drinking some coffee. I think we're going to be alright. I think I'm through the woods, as it was. The Miami Dolphins are going to beat the Bills later today, so that's very exciting. Yeah, stuff's good, you know? Alright. Sorry, yeah, I mean, it's fine. I think I had there's a pizza place that we really like, and we've never branched off the pizza menu. But yesterday I was like, I'll get a calzone. That sounds pretty good. And I think the calzone did me in. And, you know, Kat was like, well, you also had a lot of beers, which I did, but Kat also had some drinks. Kat had some drinks, but Kat had no calzone, and Kat feels fine. So, if the calzone is the variable that's different, ding ding ding, I think we found it. All right. So we've got our rice rinsed off. Get that in the pot. Let's get a little bit of our pork dripping in here as well. We don't need to go super crazy with our pork drippings, but we're going to use some of the pork braising liquid to season our rice. So we'll just grab about yay much. We'll give that a strain. Maybe we'll do a little more. And that braising liquid also heavily seasoned. That braising liquid right there. Heavily seasoned. So I'm not worried about not really worried about adding too much seasoning here either. Okay, let's get all of our goodies here covered up. I actually do like doing like the fingertip test for your liquid to rice ratio. I think it generally works pretty well. That being said, I also think that if you're about 1 part rice to like 1.3 water, that's also pretty good. We've got shallots in here. We've got some sausage in here, so it's not going to be, you know, an exact science or anything like that. But generally, I think that if you are covering your rice and all of your goodies, you know, it kind of looks a little bit ugly right now because it's pork fat, it's sausage, it's rice, etc. But I think that if you've got it covered and if you dip your finger into the pot and you touch the rice, if the level of liquid is like at your first nail, like between the top of your nail and the top of your first knuckle, you're in a good spot. I have found that ratio has never let me down. So we'll throw that in there. I've found that using the Instant Pot for rice is kind of awesome. So we'll just go and kick that onto rice mode. Boom. Boom, bada boom. I decided not to work today. I'm too stressed. I will just chill here instead. Perfect. That's what we love to hear. Not that you're stressed, but that you're going to hang out. So let's get going on some pickles. because the pickles are going to require a little bit more time than the bloomin' onion. So let's get going on some pickies. We're going to pickle some shallots. We're going to pickle some daikon. And should we do some carrots? Yeah, we'll pickle some carrots too. Why not?
Yeah, do the carrots.
Cat likes pickled carrots. All right. So I've just got this daikon radish. We're just going to wash this up. That'll teach me to trust it. Yeah, I know, right? How dare I? How dare I try to expand my horizons and try a new offering from a place that has never steered us wrong before. Hey, that'll show me. All right. Nice daikon radish here. Just peel this guy up. And I was debating if we're going to pickle this with carrots. Should we pickle this like as thin little strips? Or should we cut it into nice like dice? I don't know. Chat, what are you feeling? Should we, or I mean, we could just do like coins, like rounds. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling the dice, but I can be swayed. If someone has a strong feeling one way or another, I could be swayed. Okay, let's do that. Working with cows got my gut very strong. It's been exposed to a lot of probiotics. Well, there you go. Let's see. Large dice. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. I think I want to do the large dice. So, to do that, let's block this off.
Do you have the fan going in the kitchen?
No.
Can you?
Can I? Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Why?
Maybe I'll open the back door.
Yeah, why don't you open the back door?
Huh?
Yeah, just open the back door.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about. My eyes are still really watering, even though you're.
Well, there's lots of shallots in here.
That's true.
Okay. So we're just gonna block these off. Obviously, they may not be perfect cubes, but that's all right. That's gonna be nice enough for our purposes here. Do it just like that. Love me some lengua. Yeah, dude. Dude, it's always those like, it's always the the offcuts that are the best. It's always like the tongue is the best, the cheek is the best. It's always the case. Anywhere you can get tongue tacos, you should, because they're going to be the best thing on the menu. Okay. Okay, daikon is cubed. All of this trim over here, this stuff, you can also just pickle this or snack on it or do whatever you want. Brain's a weird one for me. I don't know about the texture. Yeah, I think brain I think is maybe the exception to my comment. Brain can be tough. But some people like super dig it. So, you know, what do I know? What do I know? I'm just a man. Okay, we'll do a couple carrots. I made it for the first time the other week. Honestly, it was fine until I had to peel at the end. Worked with full animals before. It's just how like peeling the tongue. Yeah. Uh-huh. Alright. Let's do a little peeling action here. Believe it or not, this is the same peeler I bought on the way, literally on the way to my very first stage when I was trying to get into the kitchen business. I bought this peeler.
And a knife, right?
I bought this peeler, literally this knife, and this steel, and like the cheapest little knife bag I could find. I bought it literally on the way to the restaurant because I didn't have my own equipment, and I knew that I like needed to. Yeah, and it still works well for me all these years later. Good peeler, good knife. Take care of your tools; they'll last you forever. And like a peeler, you don't expect to like have longevity because it's a peeler, you know, who cares? But man, I feel like I lucked into a good one that it's never broken on me. It's never, you know, walked away. And I don't know that I could find another one just like it, but shoot, maybe I should, you know? All right. Let's do some carrots. Take the exact same approach. We'll just kind of block these off. I can hear the Instant Pot starting to sizzle behind me. That's good. It's funny, like, over my career, I've acquired, you know, many, many knives, of course. But still, this is the one I always gravitate back towards. So when I say block these off, if you're not sure what I mean, all I'm doing is just squaring off the sides so that when we cut it, we get more of a clean dice. That's all. And we're not trying to be perfect with it, you know. We're not like pulling out rulers or anything like that. You know, we're cooking at home. You don't have to be too crazy. But just kind of generally getting that shape. my carrots are a fair amount smaller than the radishes as far as the actual shape of the dice. But again, cooking at home, so I think it's fine. Also, the carrot is thicker than the radish, so you would have to actually pre-cook the carrot if you were going to just do it at the same time as the radish otherwise. But in this case, because the carrot's a little bit smaller, hopefully we won't have to pre-cook the carrot. Mr. Picante. Mr. Picante. Well, well, well. You've got a lot of nerve. What's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Start with some shug. Mr. Picante, budding YouTube star. Everyone, go check out Mr. Picante. Also, good moderator, and I'll tell you a secret. Better friend. All right. Sugar, salt. Let's get a little bit of pepper in there. Pepper, because why not? Let's do some vinegar, some mirin. Yeah, that sounds good. Love the hair. Thanks, dude. I have a pretty wild haircut at the moment, which I really like. And I work a corporate office job, which is pretty. I mean, it's pretty buttoned down. No one has said anything about my hair being inappropriate for the office.
It's not.
I don't think it is, but it's definitely garnered me some looks. Let's just say that. Little do they know, my next step is I'm going to add some color to it, so that's going to really throw some people off. Whatever, they can deal with it. It's 2024. All right, got some vinegar. I've got some seasoning. Let's just add a little bit of water. Or TikTok star. I meant TikTok. I said YouTube. I meant TikTok. That's right. Mr. Picante, how are you? Welcome to the dojo, brother. Ow. All right. Okay. Cat just said I'm weird. Hey, chat. Who thinks I'm weird? Nobody? Oh, interesting. What do you think about that, Cat? Interesting. Sounds like chat has spoken there, Dr. Wrong. That's a good name for you. Dr. Wrong?
What?
Adam! What's up, brother? I'm gonna disable your Twitch account, so you have to make a new one. You can call it Dr. Wrong.
No.
Dr. Cat is wrong. What's up, Adam? So tasty. Okay. Let's recap. Pickles are going to go in right now. We're going to cut a bloomin' onion. Because, sure. After the bloomin' onion is done, we will wash lettuce. We'll get the steamed buns ready to go. We'll get kind of everything arranged. I was going to make another condiment, but maybe we won't at this point because we already have a lot going on. I will cut some scallions, though, regardless. Yeah, I think that sounds like a good plan. I will certainly be around. It's been a pleasure. Look forward to catching more. Chef on Paper, pleasure to have you. Thanks for coming to hang out. This is kind of what the stream is. Kat is often on camera hanging out with us. But really, it's just kind of we used to call it a dinner party. You just kind of come and hang out. We cook food. There's never like a set, thing of what we're going to do. We just hang out and chit chat and make food. So, you're welcome anytime. Great to have you. Adam, how are you? Happy New Year. Is it too late to say that? Let me tell you something. Can I tell you something that was really I experienced this week that drove me into a fit of rage? I was on a call, like a big conference call, Zoom call, whatever. One of my burners is smoking. That's not great. It's smoking a lot. Yeah, there's just something underneath one of the burners. Like all of this is not steam. This is smoke. I think we gotta switch burners because that's not good. We're gonna set off the fire alarm here in a second. That's not great. There's something. Oh, you know what it is? I know exactly what it is. It's from when we made the simple syrup. There's some syrup under the burner. Can you open the back door? We're gonna set off the smoke. All right. I'm just saying it's smoky in here. All right. Yeah. So I was on this big call and I know. It's like in my nose and my face and everything.
Oops, sorry.
It's fine. We're fine. Just if we set off the smoke alarm, just nobody panic, all right? Everyone just be cool.
I think it's okay because our smoke alarm is like way over
I know.
there.
We're fine. But I was on this big call with like hundreds of people, and the person leading the call is like, blah, 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 Happy New Year's, everyone. By the way, there's only a certain amount of time, like, in the year you're supposed to say that before it's like bad luck. Like, just trying to make a joke, right? Like, you can only say it for the first week and then it's bad luck or something like that. Whatever, just like a dumb joke. And then, I kid you not, it goes through like his presentation. Every single person who did like, I have a question at the end of the call. Every single person, I kid you not, was like, Happy New Year. Oh, I hope it's not too late. Like 7 people in a row. You guys. Stop it. Oh my god. I muted my line. I may have said bad words very loudly. I may have directed curses at those people. I don't know. I don't remember. I wasn't there. But it was tough. Ugh. Ugh. Alright. Our pickling liquid's almost up to a boil. When it is up to a boil, we'll just drop in our goodies. And we'll let those hang out. Let's make a bloomin' onion. Hope it's not too late. Yeah, I know, right? You know I'm going to say it all here? Oh, no, I expect that. And thank you for hanging with me as I got to that story, which was not that good of a story, so I appreciate you all hanging out with me for that. Next, after we drop these veggies in the pickling liquid, we're going to make a bloomin' onion. Because nothing says Korean-American Bo-Sam fusion like a bloomin' onion, mate. That's what we're going to do. I've made a bloomin' onion before. Unfortunately, not at an Outback Steakhouse. I am not a certified bloomologist, and that is actually what they're called. But I'm pretty sure I can figure out how to cut an onion. And pretty sure we can figure out how to add flour to it. And we know how to fry stuff, so I think we're going to be fine. Alright. We are at a simmer, so I'm going to throw these carrots in. Just give those an extra second head start against the radish, even though they are a little bit smaller. I'm going to throw in some of our shallots too. Those couple of shallots we didn't slice. We're going to pickle those. You know, these guys. Pickle those up too. Okay. Hey, what's up, Jalapeno? A little bit of a rough start of the year. Yeah, it's been a little bit of a... It's been a week, as they say. It's been one of the weeks of all time. Rice. Kind of do a bloomin' shallot. It would just be a little guy. It would just be so teeny. It would just be so little. Alright. So the rice is done. Once we clear off this board, we can get the rice over here and give that a stir. Okay. Good. Let's see. We'll just get this stuff out of the way. That's one of the biggest challenges in food streaming is like, where do you put everything? We just have such a shortage of space. You can always use more room. Uncle Roger would approve of your rice cooker. What? Why? Alright. Radishes going in. Let's do it like this. Finally took your spot out of the box. Hey, listen. Listen, I did finally use the Instant Pot. I've been using it. Yes, I like it. Okay, I was wrong. Cat was right. Okay? Can we all just be cool about that? Shut up, you. So there's our pickles. We're just gonna let these go and hang out. Shallots, radish, and carrots in there. Alright, let's take a look at our rice. I use it for rice a lot. Yeah, I pretty much only use it for rice, to be honest. I've made like stews and stuff in it. And like we've braised, I think we braised like I'll braise meat in it sometimes. But yeah, I'm mostly just using it for rice. Okay. That has got a layer of pork fat in it. Oh man. Woo-hoo-hoo! That is some porky rice. Holy smokes. It's like, I mean, I'm gonna stir it around too to let some of that steam escape. And as this sits, it's gonna drink up a little bit more of that. But this rice is like... Here, I'm gonna see if I can show you this. I'm gonna see if you can see this. Do you see how shiny that is? See that sheen? That sheen is all pork fat. I want you to see this rice. This rice is like the consistency of like risotto right now. Woohoo! Ow. Oh man. Oh man. That is good, but that is a health concern. That is good, but that should be treated. That should be treated as a condiment. That is powerful. Oh my god. I mean, that's really tasty, but you cannot eat like a bowl of that. That's a heart attack. Oh my. That's some tasty rice. That was rice that is being held in suspension by pork fat. That sounds gross. That was some very porky rice. Kat, we'll have to be mindful of that because there's, I think, more fat in there than I realized. Cheers, Adam. Have fun playing Minecraft. One thing I learned using the Instant Pot is you gotta be careful it burns, especially when you heat something up, you put on the pressure. Yeah. So, like, when I'm sauteing, because I learned that exact same thing, Picante. Like, when I saute, like, the shallots and the sausage to start the rice, I pull the insert out of the Instant Pot and, like, stir, or, like, leave it on the counter for a second, or else it does get too hot, and you'll burn the bottom. Rice confit. Yeah, it's rice confit. It's pretty crazy right now. Alright, let's do a bloomin' onion. What do you say? Hi, Taz. Yeah, dude, rice confit. We just cooked a pot of short grain rice with shallots and lapchang and a bunch of pork fat. It's really good. It's problematically good, I think is the right way to say that. All right, let's do a bloomin' onion. Let it cool down. Yeah, I'm going to let it cool down, and of course, it's going to tighten up a bit too. Likely what we'll want to do with that rice, is when we're ready to eat it, take it out and, like, saute it really quick just to get some of that extra fat to kind of melt out of it. That might be what we want to do. We might not do that today, but we might want to do that at some point. All right, I've got some really pretty onions, so let's do a bloomin' onion, mate. Never had that issue with a Ninja. Oh, really? The Instant Pots, if you're on, like, the saute setting, you can absolutely burn things on the saute setting. The rice setting, I don't know that you can really burn, but the saute setting, for sure. You can torch things. All right. Watching the Lions annihilate the Vikings? Let's see. I'm just, I'll tell you what, I'm super hyped to see the Dolphins play the Bills later. Let's go, boys, you know? All right, so I'm not a certified bloomologist, again. I've said that before. So if anyone out there is, and you actually know how to do this with a knife, because I know Outback Steakhouse, I know they have a machine that does this for you, but, you know, we're going to figure it out. We're going to do it by hand. We're going to figure this out. Because, again, nothing says Korean-American fusion like a bloomin' onion. And we're having Bosom. And I think that Bosom has, like... The reason I was really thinking yesterday about, like, asking Kat if she would rather have onion rings or a bloomin' onion was that Bosom, to me, a lot of the components are, like, just really soft. You know, it's pork, right? It's pork, it's kimchi, it's rice, it's lettuce, maybe you have like a crepe or a bun. A lot of it is soft. And so I thought having something kind of crispy crunchy would actually make sense. So that's That's the thought process. Let's try this. I have an idea. And maybe it's a good one. Believe it or not, I have those sometimes. Let's do this. This way we won't cut all the way through through the root. See what I'm saying? I have faith in my own knife skills, but this will help us keep everything consistent. Okay. We're looking good. I'm probably doing this exactly wrong by going slow and trying to be careful. It's probably better to just make aggressive cuts, right? Okay. I mean, that kind of seems right. Huh? That kind of seems right. And then we kind of like flay this out a little bit. The root is still intact. We just gotta kind of flay this out and get some egg wash going and flour and all that good stuff. Just waiting for the Cowboys to lose today. You're gonna dip and fry that? Yeah, man. And I think we want to take this little like core bit out, right? Isn't that kind of the key? Is you want to take this little bit of the core out, which we can do. We can do some surgery. We can get that out of there without cutting through the stem that's holding everything together. We have faith in our knife skills here in jasonsipe.com. jasonsipe.edu. There. Kat said I'm weird again, but didn't we already establish that chat doesn't agree with you on that? I think so.
Get out of here.
So you're like, oh wow, what a delicious onion you have here. Womp. What's uh-oh? What's uh-oh? This looks right. Or was I not supposed to take the core out? This looks right. I'm convinced. I'm a good boy. I did a good job. I almost think I want to cut them again. But I think not. I think that's fine. What's up, Hoju? You were told to come here for Beard Ssam Sundays? Yeah, welcome. We've got bloomin' onions. It kind of looks like the Demogorgon from, what's that show called? Stranger Things. It's like, oh, like that girl's like, I love waffles. And then it's just like, rawr. Or wait, rawr. See? It's like a Demogorgon mouth. It's pretty fun. It's too late to cut them again, I think. Yeah, I think you're right. But they are holding together, and so I think we're in good shape. I think we just have to figure out how to batter this thing. Which, honestly, won't be that hard. We can do this. I have faith. Through the power of friendship, everyone, we're going to figure this out, okay? Through the power of friendship alone, we can solve this. All right, we need to find something we can do egg, because we need to get this thing covered in egg. Watch me play with it until it falls apart. Yeah, I know. I gotta stop playing with it. You're right. I gotta stop. Okay, so we've got our egg dish, our flour dish. Flour. Because the other thought I had was we could skip the egg. Like if we skip the egg and we just beer batter this, it just might not, like everything just might clump together. You know what I mean? Instead of like flaying apart and having each kind of petal be battered, if we beer batter it, it might just like fry into like chunks like this, which would be not so good. So let's do a bunch of pepper. Let's do a little bit of this. Let's do a little bit of turmeric. That sounds kind of good. Let's do that. A little bit of that. We've got some Shimi Togarashi. Why not? We can do some of that. This is how we cook at Sipe's kitchen. We just kind of go, oh, I have this. Let's throw that in there. That sounds good. Because why not?
You're not wrong.
And I'll say this. We kind of nail it more often than we don't. We miss every now and then. I'm not perfect, but we do all right. All right, let's grab an egg. I think one egg is plenty. Yeah, we're emptying out the cabinets. Why not? Okay. I'm going to start heating up our fry oil too, because that also needs to be done. Okay, very good. Let's get our pork pot out of the way. Just gonna do a little pot swap here. Okay. All right. And then let's figure this out. Who believes? I need some believers. Kat gave me the most half-hearted whoop whoop I've ever heard in my life. Kat's over there playing Scrim and just goes whoop whoop. Like you're a sleepy juggalo. Oh, what? That was funny. Rude. All right. Boink. Done. We did it. How do we... I think we might need a bigger container so we can move this thing around. I was optimistic, but I think that container's a little small. All right. So I think there's no good way to do this. I think we've just got to get our hands in there and just get this egg massaged all over it. Which, I gotta be real, that was something I was really not excited about doing. But I think it's kind of the only way forward. Is that a Parappa the Rapper reference, Andrew? Keeping with the onion theme. Respect. Alright. I'm just going to get in here, just kind of paint this with some of that egg. You don't know about the one egg thing? What do you mean? You think we need more than one egg for this? No. We just need enough for the flour to kind of stick. So I think if we just kind of get into each petal and just get a little bit of egg into each one, I think we're fine. I think also just getting in here and just kind of breaking apart all the petals like this is going to help. Just kind of making sure there's some separation between them all. Needs more egg now. No, it's going to be fine. Do you remember that time period? I have no sense of how long ago it actually was, when eggs were like $14 a piece. What was that about? Does anyone remember that? Am I having a fever dream? Oh, speaking of fever dreams, chat, I had one of the weirdest dreams of my life last week. Can I tell you about it? Gosh, I don't even, I distinctly, like, this was within the last week, but I remember the details of this dream so vividly. And I remember I even texted Kat, like, and I was like, I had the weirdest dream last night, and it's so vivid. And she's like, yeah, I had really weird dreams too. So here's my dream. I dreamed that I was at like a comedy club, and I was there and like talking to a girl I went to like elementary school with, who I was like, I guess friends with like in elementary school, but like has not really like played a part in my life at all, you know, but just like, yeah, I know who she is, but that's it. And like she was just happened to be there, and we were just kind of like chatting and just like catching up and stuff. And then like the comedy show was like gonna start, I guess. But oh, by the way, I think you need more knives. Oh yeah, I forgot you could see all of those. But the comedy show was like gonna start maybe kind of soon. And there's a group of comedians who have like a comedy festival called Skankfest. That's real, by the way. And like they were all there at this like weird underground comedy club. But before the show started, it was like, oh, let's like go get like drinks before the show starts. And you had to like go upstairs to the bar. But on the way upstairs, some people were like, oh, you gotta like actually go outside to do this thing. And we went outside, and it was like the whole backyard of this, I guess now, house that was also a comedy club. They were like, it was like fence to fence of just like German shepherds, and they were like raising police dogs there. And I was like, this is really weird. I'm going back inside. And I went back inside to like buy drinks. And like they just had no idea on like how to make drinks or how to sell drinks. And I ordered some drinks, and it was first poured into like shot glasses, and then the shot glasses were all like poured into like a weird like mug, and they didn't know like how money worked. What does it mean? Who's a dream analyst who can tell me what all this means? Because to this, I mean, I'm telling you about it now, and I'm like, I don't know what any of that meant. Are any of those things good omens? Like, should I be playing the lottery? What does it mean? Like, none of the dream was, like, particularly bad, but it was just sort of like, what is happening right now? So I need someone who's, like, a dream doctor who can tell me what it means. So who out there among you is a dream doctor? I need a doctor of sleep to tell me what's up. Let's see. They exported millions more eggs to drive up prices. Oh. I just read a story that proved the companies are all in cahoots with the egg prices. Yeah, I think that was proven, right? Pretty cool. Pretty cool behavior on all those companies' parts. Oh no, it's starting to come apart. Quick. Glue it back together. We need more egg. I don't think one egg was enough. We probably should have had more egg. Someone probably should have said something. I'm going to just pour this egg back over here, and we're just going to kind of make this a sloppy mess. Walmart was gouging, they were caught doing it? No, Walmart did something underhanded? No. No. I am shocked. I can't believe Walmart wouldn't be looking out for the little guy. Unbelieve. Okay, I think we've actually done a pretty okay job here, all things considered. For not being a certified bloomologist, I kind of feel like we maybe nailed this. We'll find out once it hits the fryer, and we'll see if it all falls apart, but I'm kind of feeling okay about this. Definitely some of the petals are coming off, which I don't love, but maybe when we fry it, it'll kind of fry itself back together. Does that sound reasonable? Does that sound like something that could happen? Or is that impossible? I think we're going to be fine. This just feels like I'm like massaging a really weird spider right now, though. But I've got flour kind of everywhere. There's egg kind of everywhere. I think we maybe did an okay job. I think we maybe did an okay job. I think we maybe did an okay job. I think I saw that they said they used those as issues as an excuse to make the situation way worse. Which article and price increases are we talking about? Moreland, we're talking about the price of egg increases. Oh, the report is BS. There were legitimate issues in the industry. Oh, okay. The thing I saw, yeah, situation worse. That's really bizarre, though. I don't know. I legitimately don't know the answer. I was actually asking, because I actually don't know. As an ag person, it's BS. Right, but which year? Right, yeah. I know, I'm sorry, I missed the previous message. Alright. Our fry oil is coming up to temperature. And then we'll get going. Was it just last year? I gotta be honest, 2020 through 2023, I don't believe I could tell you what year any one thing happened. And, like, I know that's kind of like a bit that a lot of people say, like, oh, I lost 3 years or whatever. Like, legitimately, if you said to me, hey, what year did this one thing happen? And if it was somewhere between 2020 and 2023, I would honestly, I think, not be able to tell you. I'd be like, no idea. Like, all 3 of those years to me, for whatever reason, are the same. Alright, let's change our camera. Let's do a little temperature check on our fry oil. Yeah. Okay, and then after we do the bloomin' onion, after that, then we're basically ready to finish off the Bossam at that point. Give me brain fog, yeah. The brain fog is real.
Sure is.
But as far as, like, I mean, and it could be it could even be something silly, like, oh, like, what sport thing happened? Like, what year did this team win this? And I'm like, if it's between 2020 and 2023, I have no idea. I could not tell you. Ooh, we're getting close. We're at 300. I think we are at 315. I think we need to be at least 350. I think we need to fry this thing pretty hot. I don't think we've seen anything that makes us think there's something other than normal economics happening right now. Just kind of a perfect storm of stuff that came together. Je ne sais pas. However, I will say this. I'm very excited for a bloomin' onion. And you know what? Even if it does all fall apart and it doesn't work, we're going to have fried onion strips. And that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all. Okay. And we're going to do some Kewpie chili crisp dipping sauce. Some dipping sauce. Chat, I have a question. With no further context, just the question posed to you. You can interpret this question how you want. What's the best accent? You can interpret that however you want. What's the best accent? Dr. Cat said Scottish. Bacante, do you like my Italian accent? Sauce ricotta. I've been mistaken for a New Jersey socialite before. With my fantastic New Jersey accent. Sauce ricotta. Gabagoo. You know what I mean? Those are... Because I watched The Sopranos, and so I know how to speak Italian. Obviously. Listen, who needs Duolingo when The Sopranos is on HBO Max? You want to learn Italian? Watch Tony Soprano eat cold cuts out of a fridge. That's all I'm saying. Alright. Let's fry some stuff. You want to see if this works? Dude, you cannot put the pressure on me to be a litmus test for if things in life work or not. Alright, 343. I think we're almost there. Alright. Oh, and by the way, sauce. Little Kewpie mayonnaise, little chili crisp. Very nice. Okay, let's get down to business. You know, getting this thing into the fryer is going to prove to be a little bit tricky. Cat, we have a fire extinguisher somewhere, right?
You want to go to the sink?
Let's see. Okay, we're in. There's a little bit of a terrifying dismount, but we got there. I don't know how much batter is actually going to end up sticking to this. But hey, it's an experiment. Speaking of oil, when frying with canola, it gets too hot, smokes. Yup, you gotta be real careful. Oh, you're making Zeppeli? Nice. How'd they turn out? I mean, it's pretty much holding together. I know the exposure is a little odd, but it kind of seems like it's sort of working. I definitely don't think we got enough batter to stick to it, but other than that, I think we're doing all right. Okay. That seems to be doing okay. I feel like it'll be a fried onion with no batter. Yeah, that's kind of what it's looking like. It turned out great. My grandmother's recipe, first time trying it, but didn't do bacala or anchovy ones like she used to. Gotcha. Yeah, I think this is going to be mostly onion and not a lot of fry, but that's all right. It's a good experiment. Probably if we'd added more egg, it would have been better. Smells good though. I'm just watching like a hawk because that oil level is kind of right at the top. So even though I can see it on camera when I read chat, I don't want to turn my back on this. Seems to be coming along. Since Kat was in Calabria, did the host family do that on New Year's, or was she there during that time? Kat, when were you there?
I was there. I wasn't there at New Year's. I was there like spring to. Well, actually, I was in Colombia there. April and May. It was right after Easter.
Right after Easter, she says. Okay, well, I think we are right about the end of this experiment. Since we're getting good floating and we're starting to get some color. It is, in fact, mostly a fried onion with not a lot of batter on it. But, c'est la vie. It did hold together, though. I'll say that. Just gotta figure out how to get it out of here now. Getting it out of that fryer is gonna be, you know, fine. No, I believe in myself. We can do this. Let's see. What's gonna be my best way of this? Oh. Well, we flopped it at the dismount, but so it goes. C'est la vie. Hey, it's still fried onions, you know? It's never a bad thing. Okay, we'll let these drain. We'll hit those with a little bit of salt. thick batter was actually the move. Yeah, I think thick batter would have been the move. And yeah, I definitely should have used the spider to move that around in the oil instead of tongs, but hey, you know, that's alright. If nothing else, it's little pieces of fried onion we get to dip into spicy mayonnaise. Like, there's, hey, tell me what part of that sounds bad. All right, give these little grubbers a little rinse. Bueno. All right. Okay, fryer's off. Let's just have an abundance of caution here. Let's just flip our board over in case we manage to get any egg on the board. Just give it a little flip. Okay. Here's our oniony boy. Let's give it a little bit of salt. It kind of held together until I sort of tore it apart getting it out of the oil. Not bad. Hey, a good experiment, you know? And what is an experiment if it's just going to work perfectly every time? But we still got nice little, like, look, we got nice little crispy bits. We got some blooms. Kat, you want some bloomin' onion?
Sure.
Since ye requested it. I mean, it's an onion ring that you dip into spicy mayonnaise. I mean, it's pretty good. It's actually kind of nice that it's kind of minimally battered, I think. I'm kind of not mad at it. Don't get me wrong. It's not perfect. Not even close. But it's a salty fried onion that you get to dip into chili crisp mayonnaise. Here, let me get a really crunchy bit. Whoa, yeah. Come here, you. Woo! Hot, 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 hot. Huh? I'm not mad at it. That's pretty good. I will say. Worth it? I would probably say just make onion straws. Just like quarter an onion into like, or, you know, however many slices we did. But then like actually just like break them apart into petals and then just batter those and fry those. But because holding it together clearly didn't really matter. But that being said, tastes good. You get that little bit of like the floral flavor from like the shimi togarashi we put in the batter. That's pretty good. I'm into it. Alright. That was good. That was a good experiment. The next thing we're going to do is cut some scallions. And, oh, Kat's waiting for me to hand her a treat.
Oh my goodness. Holy moly.
Let me find you a little dish.
Well, just do a fork. I'll just take one.
Do you want sauce?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you bit my finger. I swear to God. It's just a greasy little treat. I swear to God, she bit my finger.
Okay, if I did, it was not intentional.
She came after it. So most recipes you see go from milk and egg. Yeah, of course. Back to milk and egg, back multiple times. Of course. Yeah, this was a quick version. Like, this was not how you would do it if you were going to, like, put it on a menu. For sure. This is like, hey, let's just try to do it real quick at home. All right. Yeah. I mean, if we were actually, like, trying to develop something for, like, a commercial kitchen or something, yeah, you would definitely do multiple steps and, yeah, of course. But doing stuff at home is, you try to find those little shortcuts, because who wants to go through, multiple steps of battering and blah, 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 blah. If you can get it 90% as good by taking shortcuts and you're just cooking at home for yourself, why not? Why not? And I don't think this version was 90%. But I think that if you just chopped it into petals and just fried the petals like that, sure. Why not? Alright. Do you want sauce? Is that even a question? It shouldn't be. It was actually a test. Because if she said, like, I don't know about the sauce, well, revealing.
Oh my goodness.
Alright, let's cut some scallions. Let's do some scallions. And then I think we're about ready to get the buns out and get the pork glazed. And we'll be off to the races. Okay, so we're just going to cut our scallions on a bias. I just pretty much like having scallions scattered over everything. They are one of my favorite flavors. I think they add really nice color, good flavor to pretty much anything. And I think if you take a second and cut them nice like this on a bias, or you you do the thing where you slice them and then you throw them in ice water so they curl. It doesn't really take any effort on your part, and it just makes them look nice, and it's a super low effort garnish. But it's nice because it's low effort on your part, but it kind of looks like you did something special. Rather than just kind of hacking them straight across. So we've just got some scallions there, mostly the whites and the greens. I use the whole thing, but you can separate them like that if you want. You can put the whites on one of the dishes, the greens on another one, whatever you want. She didn't want the sauce would be the writing on my ashes. What? Whose ashes? Who's getting ashed? We don't want that. All right. What? All right, let's do this. Let's get these. Let's get these scallions moved for a second, just out of the way, because again, we are just completely out of space here in this kitchen. So let's just get those out of the way. Let's get the pork back out of the oven, and let's get that dressed with the brown sugar, and then we'll get the oven cranked back up. I can hear Gordon Ramsay screaming about 90s garnish. Yeah, but I mean, come on, it's scallions. You know, they're good. Who doesn't like scallions? Alright. Pork butt. And we'll get the oven cranked up too. We'll go 450. So we've got our pork butt here. We'll just give it a little taste. It's really good. It's really soft. Nice and shiny. Oh, dripping pork fat all over my keyboard. Don't worry about it. Oh. Okay, good. All right. Good flavor. No more salt. But we will throw a little bit of brown sugar on. So we're going to do some brown sugar, and we're going to throw this back into a super hot oven, 450. But we're only going to put it in there for like a couple of minutes, just enough to basically melt this brown sugar and kind of turn it into a little bit of like a glaze or a crust. This pork was cooked for 16 hours, so it definitely doesn't like need to be cooked any further. We're just finishing it off here just to give it a little bit of a shine and some color. So we'll just kind of sprinkle some brown sugar on here. And in the hot oven, this will, of course, melt and caramelize. And if you leave it in the oven, it'll start to burn the sugar and start to smoke. So you want to keep an eye on it. But just a little bit of sugar there. We'll get that back in the oven once the oven's at temperature. Kat would take you out in an all-out war over the sauce preferences. What are you talking about? Kat, what's your favorite sauce?
Oh, that's a good question.
Chat, what's your favorite sauce?
I mean, I think it depends on what you're eating.
But if you could only have one sauce forever, I'm down to immediately. I have three options for me. That I'm like immediately. It's one of these three.
I know fry sauce would be one of them.
Ooh, okay, I'm at 4.
Okay.
Sauce for what? Just you have received notice from Interpol that you only get one sauce for the rest of your life. That's it. You get one sauce. What do you want it to be? Because, yeah, Kat remarked on fry sauce, and so I'm at 4. I would say for me personally, barbecue sauce,
I was going to say barbecue.
hoisin sauce, chili crisp, and fry sauce. Dang, fry sauce is so good. How did I forget about fry sauce? That's impossible. All right, so the oven's going to turn on. We're going to throw this pork in. We're going to let that glaze. I've got frozen steamed buns that we're just going to not reconstitute, but like fluff up in the microwave. Oh, Kat, do we have more paper towels somewhere?
I don't know.
Well, we need to find some. Because I just used them for the onions. We've got sauces. We've got pickles. We need to wash the lettuce. And that's it. And then we're ready to go. Barbecue's too much sugar for the rest of your life? Yeah,
It
but...
depends on the barbecue sauce, because you can have one that's definitely more on the vinegary side.
Yeah, that's true.
Your cheap, Ken's barbecue or whatever it is.
Yeah, there's different kinds of barbecue sauce, but I mean, for me, I like the dark ketchup sweet tomato-based barbecue sauces. All right. I'm going to go hunt down some paper towels. I know where some are. So, chat, I'll be right back. And then we will get this whole dish wrapped up and put together. What do you say? Hey, what do you say? Dr. Cat. Yeah. I got paper towels. I found them. Alright. I'm back. I'm back, baby. I would use some sort of hot sauce. Ooh, hot sauce is a good option. Okay, so we've got these frozen steamed buns that all we need to do, I think you're just supposed to like put a damp paper towel over them. Yeah, cover with damp paper towel. 30 seconds, flip 30 seconds. Okay, these guys. See? Just cute little folded buns. How many buns do you want, Sweetness?
2 maybe?
2? Yeah, they're, you know. Yeah. I mean, it's also a minute to do more, so. Not a big deal. So we'll just get these guys into the microwave. Never follow instructions. I'm too lazy to flip things. Oh yeah. If you think I'm actually flipping these, you're out of your mind. What I'm actually going to do is put them in there for 30 seconds, ignore them for a few minutes, and then do them for another 30 seconds. That's the plan. So, in we go. How's this for a cooking stream? Do you guys like cooking streams where I put things in the microwave? Is that a good cooking stream? Whoops. How do I use the timer?
Hit timer.
Timer.
And then do the time.
Do the time.
And then hit timer again.
Timer again. That just makes the timer run.
Yeah. That's what you're... Are you...
No, I'm trying to cook it for a certain amount of time.
Oh, well then you don't hit timer.
Alright. Pickles. I guess we should sample the pickles because we haven't done that yet. Let's see how we did. It's a pickled radish. Pretty good. Alright. So then, for plating this, I think just for the sake of like making it look nice and doing some photos, I think we'll do everything in a big cast iron. Like I think we'll do like the pork butt in the cast iron, and we'll do like the buns around one side, the lettuce around another side, Maybe we'll like pile some rice in there somehow if we have room. Maybe we'll kind of like wedge the sauces and like the kimchi and stuff in there. Or maybe we'll just put everything kind of in little bowls. I don't know. We'll burn that bridge when we get to it. What do you say? What do you say? Sometimes I heat up multiple things in the oven. I average out the instructions. I've definitely done that too. This needs to be cooked at 450. This needs to be cooked at 400. You're like, 425 it is. Neither one of them is going to be perfect, and that's fine. I've definitely been there. Yeah. All right. Pickles are good. Rice is good. Sauces are good. The buns are going. Let's wash some lettuce. Let's do that. Let's wash some lettuce. All right. Any lettuce heads out there? I love lettuce personally. I think lettuce is great. I think it is underrated. And
I think you just get so much crummy lettuce that you forget like how good it is when it's a good lettuce.
Yeah. I agree completely, Kat. We have butter lettuce today. Which, contrary to popular belief, you are in fact supposed to clean this with unsalted butter. Which is weird, I know, but hey, I follow instructions, I'm a good boy. So we're gonna rinse this off, and then we're gonna douse it with some nice butter, the way your Nana always taught you to do. And, oh, we forgot to get out the kimchi too. We gotta do that. Alright. Let's get out the kimchi. Let's also get out the hoisin sauce, everyone's favorite. This is a brand of kimchi I've never tried. I don't really buy kimchi that often, just because I think it's not that hard to make it. But I was feeling pretty lazy, so this time around we just bought some kimchi. So let's open it up and let's give it a try. Let's see how it is. But for the lettuce, we're just gonna kind of peel this off the core. You can do the predator thing, like the predator alien thing, where you like reach in and just like rip the heart of this out, and then it all just falls apart, which is pretty cool. But these aren't big heads of lettuce, so you can just kind of go through and peel all the leaves off. Give this a good rinse. Make sure you get all the dirt and the bugs and stuff off. And then we've got nice little lettuce cups. And I love using butter lettuce for this because the lettuce itself is like really sweet already, but it's already nice little cups. You don't have to finagle it. You don't have to like try to wrap the lettuce around whatever you're trying to eat. Like, it just already is perfect. It's not like romaine or anything like that where it's just kind of like a blade. So get some butter lettuce. It's not cheap, but it's really nice for this. I think butter lettuce is really good anyway. Like, chop it up for like a salad or put it on a sandwich or something. It's really good. It's just, it's not inexpensive. I think I got 3 heads of butter lettuce for like $6. So it's like $2 a head. Which, maybe doesn't sound that bad, but I guess for lettuce it seems pricey, but maybe it's not. I don't know. Goblin says, Santa asked me to give you a promo code for 10 viewers. Wow. Santa is such a great guy. Thanks, Robo Viewer. Porterhawk is flying in hot. Hi, Porterhawk. Lemon Colt. What's up, everyone? Welcome in. Great timing. We are right at kind of our apex of the stream here. We are finishing everything up. We're going to start plating here in a second. Fantastic timing. Hi, Porter Hawk. Lemon Colt. Lemon Colt. Gooble Gobble. Citrus Colt. Hey! What's up? Porter Hawk, how's your stream? Have good streaming. Hey, I suppose, what's up? Haven't been able to raid you in so long. Yeah, I've been absent. I've been away. But you know what? We're back, baby. We're back. You thought I was gonna be gone forever? Wrong. I'm just washing some lettuce right now. We are doing today bosom. But we're not doing traditional bosom. Traditional bosom is like a boiled pork belly with like kimchi and rice and all kinds of veggies. This is sort of a... I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's correct to say modern version of bosom. But I think it's a bit more of an American version. The idea here is that instead of using a pork belly and boiling it, I touched my belly. I know you can't see it, but I touched my belly when I said belly. Instead of using a pork belly, we're using a pork shoulder or a pork butt. We have roasted that, or I should say, confit it overnight. So this has been cooked for 16 hours. This is our pork shoulder right here. We've got lettuce. We've got some kimchi. We've got a few sauces. We made a really porky rice. We pickled some carrots and some daikon radish. We made a bloomin' onion, because why not? What else? Oh, and we have some steamed buns. And so we're going to just glaze the pork right now. We've got a little bit of brown sugar on it. We're just going to throw that into a screaming hot oven just to get that sugar to glaze and caramelize. And then we're going to plate up. Like, all the cooking is basically done. So we are just kind of right at that key moment. So fantastic timing. Great to have you. Let's see. Well, I'm only one day a week, so I miss folks often. Yeah, I'm at 1 day a week too, for sure. I don't want too political, but it needs to be said. The Raider made some upside down cake and claimed it's from an African American cuisine. Okay. And what? Such as wedding. I don't know what that word is, so I'm not gonna say it in case it's a word I shouldn't say. Okay. That's what Wiki said. All right. Do you donate to Wikipedia? Because let me tell you, if you do donate to Wikipedia, and listen, before I finish this comment, I'm gonna pat myself on the back because your boy donates to Wikipedia. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, I've done it. $4. Hey, $4 Wikipedia. If you ever give money to Wikipedia, they will never leave you alone. Oh my god. Oh my god. I think I gave Wikipedia like $2 like twice, like back in college, many years ago. I don't know how many mailing lists I got put on for that. The return on their investment for me, horrible. Like, I cannot fathom how much money they've spent trying to get more money out of me. It's not working. It called Cake Liberal. Well, I got weirder from there. What? Don't you hate it when cake exists? Weird. Hey, BEJ, check it out. We're a pretty low-key stream. We don't, like, we joke around a lot. It's fine to, like, make jokes and stuff. But, like, just be cool. You know? Just be cool. That's it. It's fine. Try donating O negative blood to Red Cross. I had to block their numbers. Where we used to live, we lived like not far from a blood donation place. And I'll say this, I'm not doing a bit. I actually really love donating blood. If you are able to donate blood, like that works for you and your body and your schedule to donate blood, I would encourage you to do it. I think it's great. I really enjoy it. That being said, we used to live near a place, relatively close to a place where we could donate blood, and so I would donate like as often as I could. And they were really good about like calling and being like, hey, you're going to be eligible to donate blood again on this date. And I was like, great, book it. And they were like, oh, really? I was like, yeah, like, I'll be there. Like, that's the day I'm eligible, I'll be there. And they were always, every time they were kind of like, oh, cool. I was like, sure. But then we moved, and I think I stopped being able to go as often, and I think I fell off their list. But man, if you can donate blood, I would say if you can, that's one that I think is very good to do. But I know it doesn't work for everyone, but if you can, I think it's great. I think they're trying to talk about the origin of pineapple upside down cake and call people stupid over it. Well, listen, pineapple upside down cake, hot topic. Very hot topic. In fact, if I was going to run for political office, I might run on the pineapple upside down cake platform. What's my stance on it? Just wait. You'll see. It's not what you think it is. I'll tell you that. I'm never donating to Red Cross again. They harassed me even when I wasn't eligible. Called me every day. Oh, yikes. Yeah, see, like, if they're doing that, that's not cool. Where we donated wasn't Red Cross. It was, I won't say what it was. But it was like a donation center that, I don't know. It was a pretty big, like, legit place, like, up in our area. I won't say what it was. But it wasn't like some weird room in like a strip mall. You know what I mean? Like it was like a real medical facility. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. They're like, wait, you not only answered, but you were nice and agreed to it? What? Moving throws everything off. Yeah. It totally does. Pineapple upside down cake ticket. You got my vote. Picante, you don't even know my stance, but I'm glad I got your vote. You're locked in. You can't take it back now. What if that's how voting actually was? It was like, oh, you said it. Oh. And then you could just like, you're locked in. I just took a big swig of coffee, so let's try this kimchi. That's going to be weird. I've never tried this brand of kimchi. I was saying, I don't typically ever even buy kimchi. We normally just make it because I think it's a fun one to make. But I was feeling pretty lazy yesterday when I was grocery shopping. So rather than buying all the stuff to make kimchi, I just bought this jar of kimchi. So let's taste it and let's see how it is. Let's see if I've made a good purchase. Let's see if I'm a good, smart boy. It looks nice. Worry. The brand name is Worry. Now I'm concerned. Alright. Spicy sliced kimchi. No MSG, high in fiber, and low in calories. Alright. Ooh. It burped at me. Ooh, it smells good. Alright. Now, knowing full well, I just took a swig of coffee. Let's see how this is. It looks good. It smells really good. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's really good. Some would say that stomps. I'm out of space in my kitchen. Oh, that's really good. All right. It's like calling dibs on someone's vote. It's exactly what it is. Dibs. Hey, Picante said I had his vote, and then I can like tell people like, did you guys know that Picante is voting for like this like insert horrible thing? MSG is even Asian? I know, right? Who remembers the stream where we just ate MSG powder? Is anyone here for that? You don't remember that? You must have repressed it. We definitely did that stream. I still have a bag of it. You want to know why we still have a bag of MSG powder? Because if you buy a bag of MSG powder, you will have it for the rest of your life. Because it comes in bags that are like, you know, this big or whatever, but you're like, but you, like, you'll never use it. You'll never use it for anything. Everyone's like, what? You don't remember that? Yeah, we did. We bought MSG powder because we were making our own Doritos. And so we bought MSG powder for it. Because, I don't know if you know this, but if you, like, taste just, like, monosodium glutamate, just like the powder, it kind of tastes like Doritos, just as is. Pretty cool. Just dry scooping MSG like a gym. Yeah, just take my little pre-workout and just dry gulp it. All right, oven's at 450. We're gonna throw this pork in just to glaze the sugar. It should only take a couple of minutes. You can speed run that by like turning on the broiler, but then you have like seconds until it just burns and starts to smoke. So I'm just in a 450 oven. I'm just gonna give it a few minutes. It's gonna glaze the pork with that sugar and just kind of like warm it through again without really putting a bunch of like violent heat on it for a long time. Just a few minutes. Side note, Flamin' Hot Limon Doritos are some of the best mass market chips around. Really? The floor is lava. Yeah, exactly. Oh, we need to do a Mayhem stream again. We haven't done one of those in years. That'd be so fun. Moreland says, I'm just going to say, we need a wheel May. Yes, there it is. Yes. Moreland, you and I are like brainwaving lately. I'm digging it. Okay. Flamin' Hot Limon Doritos. Kat, can we add that to the shopping list?
Where do we even find those?
Anywhere. They're mass market. We can get them anywhere. I will say this.
I'm going to forget that. You need to text it to me.
I will say this. Living in America has certain advantages and disadvantages. One of the worst things about living in America, you cannot get all dressed chips consistently.
Yes.
You get them sometimes. Sometimes the Frito-Lay company goes, ooh, here's a little, you've been good little boys and girls. Here's some all-dressed chips for you. And then you're like, oh, this is great. Like, we got all-dressed chips, finally. And then they yank them away, and you go, where's the all-dressed chips? And Frito-Lay goes and punches you in the mouth and goes, you shut your mouth. And then that cycle just repeats itself every few months in America. Why can't we have all-dressed chips? Why can't we have all-dressed chips all the time?
Yeah, I was going to say consistently.
It's the only... All-dressed chips are the best chips ever made. Ketchup chips, right underneath it. All-dressed chips are great. And in America, land of the free, hello, we can't get all-dressed chips all the time? Something's wrong. Something's wrong. Why can't we have them all the time? That's all I'm saying. Now, I don't want to say that's the only problem with living in America, but it's like top two. It's like top two, okay? I'm not going to say what the top one is, but it's like top two problems. Okay, all right. You guys don't know how much of my life revolves around acquiring snacks, clearly. But it's a lot. Okay. All right. Let's see. We haven't done a wheel in forever. It's so much harder in this kitchen. Yeah. We've done a couple wheels in this kitchen, but it is just so much harder to do. Just because, I mean, this is just a normal kind of cooking stream, and I have like I have cutting boards balanced on water bottles. I have containers of prepped food like balanced on top of my like liquid IV cup. Like we just have no room in this kitchen. So it's just hard to do stuff here. One thing I think we might try to do though is do more, just because it's like we do food streams once a week now, because that's just about all I have like the bandwidth to do, the physical bandwidth, not the internet bandwidth. You get it. But one thing that might be fun to do is do more non-food streams. Whether we like go back and start doing like GeoGuessr stuff again. We really liked doing that painting stream when we got to do that with Disney. Doing some painting streams. I, in the last year, really got into the lore of Warhammer 40k. I think the lore is really fascinating, so I picked up some minis, and I think painting the minis is really fun. I don't know how to play the game at all, and not really any desire to play the game, but it'd be fun, I think, to do like some painting streams and just kind of like chill and have like just kind of like a chill vibe. Like, let's just hang out and chit chat and paint some stuff. That'd be fun. You know, just doing more stuff like that that isn't so physically taxing as like a cooking stream, but then we still get to hang out. Because with work and life and stuff, and I mean, I know it's also taxing to like tune in and watch a stream all the time too. Like I try to like watch our friends stream as much as possible, but even just watching, it's like, it still is a commitment, you know? So I'm also mindful of being very grateful when people come and hang out with us, and I think it's fun to do things that aren't quite as taxing. It's easier to just kind of pop in, pop out. So it'd be fun to do some of those things too. Let's see. We've been doing this kitchen. Floor is lava is not feasible. No. I think we did a floor is lava here once, and it was... I think I like climbed on the burners on the stove. I think it was not good.
It was something.
I think it was not good. No. That's why I'm a perpetual lurker. Yeah. I lurk a lot too. Just because, yeah, I mean, it's tough, and you know, if you have like a work setup where you can kind of like lurk when you're working, not that anyone ever does that, you know, that's kind of a cool thing to do at times. But like, for Kat and I, so much of our social circle is Twitch, that it is nice to be able to like connect with our friends on Twitch, and you know, whether you're watching our streams or we're hanging out in your streams, or we're just in someone else's stream and we're hanging out together. That's always really fun. So it'd be nice to be able to spend a little bit more time and energy doing that. Okay, rice is good, lettuce is good. Let's get these buns finished up, shall we? Buns. And then we're going to transfer that Ssam into our nice cast iron pan here. Wow, how do you get your cast iron pan so clean? Oh, glad you asked. I have a YouTube video all about cleaning your cast iron pans. Imagine that. Thank you for asking, whoever that was. That was really cool. I don't know how I heard it through the microphone, but there you go. Kat, I want you to understand that even though you think I'm weird, no one in chat is agreeing with you. Everyone thinks I'm cool, so... And you know what? The coolest thing you can ever say is how cool you are. My Twitch account, people couldn't even find my name when I told them my username. Oh, really? Because you were inactive for so long? Nice plug. Oh, I mean, it just organically works out that way sometimes, Porterhawk, that sometimes someone will ask you a question and you just have a great response ready to go for your YouTube channel. I mean, sometimes it just works out, you know? People listen, and haters will say it's staged. I mean, they'd be right, but they'll still say it. Cold coffee. Ooh. Pork's coming along. Chat. How do you like your coffee? Because I'll tell you what. I don't really love hot coffee. I do like iced coffee. But I like freshly brewed coffee that is cooled to room temperature. And I think that's a very minority position. I think that's probably the least popular way of drinking coffee. Also, maybe this is weird. Day-old coffee, I'm kind of into it.
I actually like day-old coffee.
Like, brew it, and then you just let it sit, and then you just get to it the next day. Kind of into it. I know that's maybe a little gross, but I kind of like it. Is that weird? Also, I like gas station coffee. That comes from my dad, though, because my dad is a big gas station coffee guy. And so when I would work with him, you know, we'd go to the gas stations and get coffee. And I kind of like that, like, really crappy coffee that you either drink it black and it's terrible, or you put, like, a pump of, like, the most sugary, insane flavor in it to try to, like, mask some of that burnt garbage, and it somehow makes it worse. I'll just drink whatever I have, yeah. I hate reheated microwave coffee. No, I never reheat coffee. I like mine light with heavy cream and stevia. There you go. I like iced, but I will do hot only in winter. I feel like I drink iced coffee more often in the winter. Like, I also think I just drink more coffee in the winter. But I love iced coffee. Hey, what's up, Marksman? Alright, I think we're just about there. I'm just keeping an eye on this pork. I thought this would only take a few minutes. But I think my oven is maybe running a little cold. But that sugar is definitely starting to get a little bit of a crust. So we are just about there. But we can get these buns out. Let's give them just a little bit, another blast, and then we'll get these buns out. We'll arrange our buns in our cast iron pan here. So I think we'll do like the buns, the lettuce, the pork, and I think we'll just do that for a photo. And all the kimchi and stuff, we just probably won't photograph that because I feel like I don't really want to get out like a million little bowls. So I think that'll be our plan. So let's just get out some of our lechugas. Lechuga aquí. Nice butter lettuce here. Shout out to all my lettuce heads. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, nice, nice. I'd rather drink at room temp than reheat. Yup. Okay, we've got our steamed buns here. See, these are really nice because these are just these like soft little like mantou like buns, right? And they just open right up. Very cute. cat wanted 2. That seemed like a pretty good amount, so just got a couple of those, just like this. Let me do this. There we go. So we'll do that, and then we will we'll just kind of cradle that big pork belly right there in the middle, and I think that'll be a pretty nice photo. Bao buns, yeah, exactly. We just found these at our grocery store. They weren't super inexpensive, unfortunately, and these aren't like terribly tough to make, but I just didn't want to. So, yeah, we just got these nice little bao buns. They're cute. Let's see. Is it a better look to do it like this and have the pork in the middle, or should we put the buns? No, we should do it this way. But we also have kimchi. We also have rice. We have a bunch of sauces. But I think this will look good. I think we'll just do it like this. Butter lettuce reminds me of Cabbage Patch. I can see that. It kind of looks like a cabbage. Marksman says, hey, on a scale of 1 to 10, is this a bad idea? I love this question already. I've made a venison stew and only used half the frozen meat as it looked like a lot in the pressure cooker. Realized I'm short on meat for the next day, added the rest of the frozen raw meat, and I'm cooking it again in the pressure cooker. Is it a bad idea? Yeah. Is it going to kill you? Probably not. Here's what I would say. Here's what I would say. Adding something, so you cooked batch A, and then you're going to add raw meat to batch A and cook it again. What I would say is, after you've added the raw meat and cooked it, knowing, and I'm going to say it's a bad idea. I don't think you should do it. After you add the raw meat and cook it again, after you eat that, you've just got to throw the whole thing away. Don't try to save it and reheat it again. You just got to be done at that point. That being said, I wouldn't do it. I would just make a new batch with the new meat. I think adding raw meat to something already cooked and cooking again is, I think you're asking for trouble. I don't think it's going to kill you, but I don't think it's a good idea, is what I would say. Okay, good. I won't die. I don't think you're going to die. But that's not on me. I think you should just make new stew. In fact, here's actually probably even the safer way. Like saute and braise that new batch of meat, and then just add that into the bowls with the stew as you are like ladling it. Like, don't combine it. I think if you do that, maybe do that. You should sear meat before making a stew anyway. Yeah. Like, I think if you go like, this is extra meat that you can add to your bowl instead of combining it into one big pot, that I think is even safer. Because that way you're not, I don't know. I don't think it's gonna have negative effects on you, but I think you are opening yourself up for more contamination and stuff like that. So that's my answer. Is you're probably going to be okay, but it's not a great idea. Ads are getting longer every time. I've heard that. Gosh, I was in someone's stream the other night, and someone said something like they got like, gosh, I want to say they got like 9 ads in a row or something like that. I was like, oh my god, 9 in a row? Like, bro, just use like your Prime sub. Which, oh, maybe that's why Twitch is doing it. Yeah, I know, but my gosh. All right. Woohoo! All right, we've got glazed pork. Let's see. 2 of the same ad in a row. That'll happen. It's up today, 2 long ads. I was like, what? Really? Yeah. I feel like most of the people I watch I subscribe to, so I don't really see a lot of ads. But gosh, I remember a long time ago when we were like, years ago when we were like really, really active on Twitch. Gosh, there was a point where it was like Twitch had like 3 ads. And you would get those same 3 ads. It wasn't one of them like a Coca-Cola ad or something?
I think so.
And it was just like, you saw that ad constantly. And everyone like, I mean, because like you'd even go on like Reddit or Twitter or things like that. And even then people would just be roasting that ad of like, I've seen this ad 500 times. What is going on? Hey, what's up, elitist? How are you? Good timing. We are plating up right now. I'm going to try to see if I can get this pulled out of here in one piece, because this pork is unbelievably soft, so it's wanting to disintegrate already. So let me grab another spatula to try to help me out here. Come on, baby. We don't have to go far. Come on, baby. We don't have to go far. I promise. Oh, it's wanting to split. Oh, no, don't split. We're so close. Bam, huh? I realized I had the wrong camera up the whole time. Yo! Look at what we did. Huh? Hello? Bam. Who wants some? Huh? Who's hungry? Kat, you want to come grab a photo?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Actually, oh, this pan isn't hot. I can just pick this up. Oh. Bum, bum, bum. Hello? Lettuce, buns, glazed pork? Handsome man? Hello? Ready, guys? Ready? YouTube thumbnail. Ready? Quick, someone put like a red circle or a green arrow pointing to it. Huh? How'd we do? I'm pleased. I think it looks great. I did a great job. Thank you for your compliments. We also, of course, have kimchi. We have rice. We've got pickled veggies. We've got chili crisp mayonnaise. We've got hoisin sauce. Man, we've got all kinds of stuff. You forgot to warm up a couple buns for me? Come on over.
Oh, dang.
Oh, let's do a Burke. Oh, do you guys... Everyone knows Burks and Jess, right? Let's do one of those.
You're holding it too high. There we
go. All right. You ready? Should be what? 24-hour drive? Yeah, you're fine.
Damn, that's a big piece of meat.
It's a big old piece of meat. Hi, Kat.
Hello, everybody.
Anyone who's new here, this is Dr. Kat. Okay. Let's go to... I want to show you guys how soft this is. You guys are in Oregon?
Washington. I mean, we're not too far from Oregon.
So, okay. I want to show you how soft this is. Also, just... Everything is like being coated in pork fat. Are you ready? Chat, are you ready? So this is just the fat cap that's going to come off. But look, like this is all the meat, right? Like it's just like, it's pork jello. Do you want the bone?
Sure. Yeah, is that just gonna slide? Yeah, right off.
It's a pretty clean bone.
Look at that scapula.
Little scap. Look how clean that came off. There's nothing left. Even the edges of the bone is kind of soft. The bone itself is kind of starting to disintegrate.
The doggos would probably like that.
They can have it. Oh.
I realized I didn't pick my sauces.
You didn't. I'm well aware.
I forgot about it. Hoisin, a good buttermilk, ranch, and barbecue.
Ranch is a good one. I'm just going to try the first bite, just the pork, and then I'm going to doctor it up after that.
Hey guys, Pulse! Came off that bone clean.
Oh, yeah.
That turned out really good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say throw a little.
Speaking of hoisin,
I think you always forget I'm so much shorter than you, and you aim the camera like up at the ceiling.
and then I come on and it's just my head.
I have kimchi, Marlon. Oh, you should try the kimchi. You'll like it.
I bet you I will.
It's right down there. Little kimchi. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, that's really good.
Listen, kimchi and pulled pork is like, that is a match made in heaven.
Picante, I don't know that the onion really bloomed. It's like a wilted onion. It was tasty, though.
That kimchi's really good.
That kimchi's really good.
Mmm. Oh my god.
Isn't there also like rice that we're supposed to put with this?
Oh yeah, there is rice.
That's like, wasn't it all pork fat or something?
The rice is cooked in pork fat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put a little kimchi in my lettuce cup.
Tell me you use... So the kimchi, we didn't make it this time. Normally, yes, when we do make kimchi, absolutely, we use Napa cabbage. So this time, Jason just bought it, but,
Yeah, Napa cabbage is... I mean, you can use other cabbages, but Napa is, like...
the best one.
Napa's traditional, and, like, other cabbages just don't break down quite the same.
Yeah, there's pickles, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like Napa is... I don't want to say it's the only choice, because you absolutely can use other things.
But it's the best choice.
Yeah.
Oh man, you can smell all that pork fat. Good lord. Oh, I forgot you put the sausage in there too.
Yeah, like you absolutely can use other cabbages, but you don't want to. I think is probably the way to say that. So this is pork, lettuce, kimchi, and the pork rice. That pork rice is crazy though. Oh my god. The kimchi is such an S tier compliment to it though, because you need that little bit of like vinegar and heat.
Merlin says, when you plot directions in Apple Maps shows you planet Earth with a line across it, you know you're in trouble.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
That was so good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's crazy about this whole thing? I feel like the rice that's cooked with sausage and cooked in pork fat is maybe like the least impressive part. like the pickles, the kimchi.
I haven't even tried a pickle yet.
Yeah, good. You can use those. Or you just dip your fingers in. It's fine.
What is this, daikon?
Mm-hmm. There's carrots in the bottom. Because like there's just so much fat in all of this that you need a little bit of like vinegar to cut through it. And not only just cut through it, but it makes the fat more succulent because you have that little bit of like acidity. Because if it's just like fat on fat on fat, you're kind of like, okay, it's really good. But if you have that little bit of contrast, it makes the fat more delicious. I really like that kimchi. I'm really into it.
That kimchi is
I'm
really
kind of
good.
like, why are we ever making kimchi? We should just buy that. It's really good. All right. Chat, I'm going to dress you up a bun. What do you want? Keep it warm for 1 day and 14 hours. You got it. Let's see. For this one, I'm going to do a piece of pork. Also, like, we goofed off a lot on this stream. This was, like, very little work. Like, I put this pork in the oven last night, and today we, like, chopped some shallots. And that's, like, all we did. This was so easy. Like, time-consuming, but easy, you know? I'm going to put a little piece of kimchi in here. And I'm gonna
picante
I'm going to
is
put a little piece of our fried onion in here.
Wari. Sliced kimchi. I think you got it at a... Whoop! Sending kimchi juice flying. Got it at our local Asian market.
So a little piece of our bloomin' onion, some kimchi.
Oh, that's smart. Wah! My bun!
Oh, yeah.
Is that the ticket?
Oh, yeah. Is Wari local? No. I'm pretty sure it's a Korean brand.
Yeah, the only thing that's kind of local we found out by accident is the Chinese sausage is made, like, in Washington. Oops.
That is so good. Dang. That's the best thing I've made in 2024.
Well, it's also the first thing you've made in
Ah,
2024. Keeps it in pork and kimchi.
Carl says, Konnichiwa, Kato-san. How did the onion turn out? Not great. It fell apart, just like we thought it would. But
Thank you.
but it tastes really good in the buns. I mean, it's a fried onion. Oh my god, that pork is so good. You guys are making me hungry. That's the point.
These buns are not bad, too.
It's not bad.
I think yours are better.
But for being no effort, we've got another 10 or so in the freezer.
Okay.
The Chinese brand I found here is from paper towels right there. Oh yeah, the Chinese sausage. Yeah, they're made in like Kent, which is like outside of Seattle. As soon as I said that, Domino's sent me a coupon. Every Friday, I get an email. Like, how did that happen?
You didn't cut it all the way?
Oh, that was crazy.
I mean, you just...
I know, I saw that out of the corner of my eye. I was like, well, that was weird.
Mm-hmm.
Every Friday, like, about 15 minutes before I leave work, Pizza Hut sends me a coupon for a free pizza. Because I have, like, enough points or whatever that it's like, I get it. What?
Oh, I just tried the top of that.
Oh, yeah, with the sugar on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, the idea is you kind of chop that up and mix it into everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that the bone's out, we can just, like,
Yeah.
combine everything. Because a pork shoulder, of course, is like a bunch of different muscles. And so they each have, like, a different texture and different flavor. So with pulled pork, if you pull and, like, shred and combine everything, it makes, of course, everything a little more homogeneous, which is ideal. But yeah, Pizza Hut sends me a coupon every Friday, like 15 minutes before I leave work, for a free pizza. Like, they know.
Oh, yeah, pigs don't have clavicles, do they?
They've got me dialed in.
They do. In humans, there are 18 muscles that attach to the shoulder blade.
Pigs don't have clavicles?
I don't think they do. They might.
Cows don't, right, Morland?
Dogs don't.
Cows don't have collarbones. Because that's why the brisket hangs the way it does.
I think actually a lot don't. I think the reason we have collarbones is because we're bipedal instead of... So I would guess, like, monkeys and gorillas and things like that do, but I think it's the transition for the shoulder girdle, because you don't really need a clavicle if all four limbs are on the ground. The clavicle helps with some of the counter stability of the shoulder joint, so you can do overhead movement.
There you go.
Is my guess.
I follow someone who's a chef at a restaurant in Tacoma. Oh, really?
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
He's on TikTok. Oh, what restaurant? Yeah, that's just me with my knowledge of evolutionary anatomy and... Oh, no! Well, so I had that happen, so I, like, one of my friends, actually, her due date is in, like, 2 days, so, you know, was getting her gifts off of her baby registry, and now, of course, like, Amazon, all it's recommended for you is all, like, baby stuff, and I keep getting, like, gender reveal videos on Facebook, which I hate. Like, I can't stand gender reveals anyway, but they're, like, the over-the-top, and I'm like, why is this being recommended? I don't like this.
Yeah. Context is Pomodoro.
Oh, Pomodoros! We go there, we've gone there a ton.
I've only been there once, but yeah.
I've gone there a ton, because that's, like, one of my grandma and uncle's favorite places to go.
Yep. Yeah, I do like when Amazon says, we're not listening to you, and then, yeah, they give you recommended stuff. You're like, I definitely never typed that, so... Yep. Interesting. Gosh, there was one that happened recently, like, it was something for me. It was something, like, I didn't even say it out loud. It was really bizarre, because it was, like, a product I was thinking about. I didn't type it to anyone. I didn't say it out loud to anyone, but I was thinking about it. And then it showed up in, like, an email of, like, you might like this. And it was, like, 5 minutes after I was thinking about it. I was like, no. This is too much. You guys have got me figured out.
Hey, look.
Yeah. It was like, you guys have got me figured out too much. Like, your predictions of what I will want to buy, you're too spot on. We gotta stop. Your profile for me is dialed in. Okay, well, I think we should get out of here, because we've got some cleaning up to do. I've got to get my nerves ready to go for the Dolphins to beat the Buffalo Bills in about 3 hours. It's going to happen, you guys. Dolphins are going to win. Fins up. Read the terms of service. They're allowed to record you for something like 10 minutes a day and send you ads. Oh, sure. And don't get me wrong. I am not even... Listen, I'm not even upset that they listen. Like, we all know what happens, and it's like, well, they're legally allowed to. Great. If you can send me targeted ads for stuff I actually want, that to me is a value add for me. If you can send me stuff I actually want, great. I don't really care. I don't really care if an analyst somewhere is listening to me. I'm not that interesting most of the time, so it's fine. I don't really care. Kyle, thanks for the resub. 41 months, man. But yeah, and I mean also, like, of course your virtual assistants are listening to you because they have to be listening for their, like, activation word or something. So of course the microphone's always on. I mean, of course, we all know this. It's not like some conspiracy or anything, I think. Anyway.
That being said,
my tangent.
Did you chop all these up and just not use them?
I forgot about them. I also chopped up a whole bag of shallots, and we didn't use most of them, so that's fine. Yeah. I move it to my bedroom every time I am quote-unquote busy, just to see what they recommend. I get a lot of religious stuff.
Oh my gosh!
That's great. I love that.
That's funny.
That's pretty good. Yeah, we should start. I mean, we don't have, like, I guess we only have our phones. Like, we don't have, like, whatever they're called, Alexas or anything like that. At least not here. Let's see. Let's go find... Oh, you know, let's go raid our buddy Andrew Cooks, who was hanging out with us here earlier.
Oh, yeah.
He's super cool, so let's go do that. Cookies and haggis. Oh, my lord. Okay, it's happening. We're going to go raid Andrew Cooks, everyone. Let's see. Oh, computer just froze. Nope, we're back. Okay. Temu lightning deals. I wound up getting some toys, and I was like, wait a minute. All right, everyone. Let's go raid Andrew. Let me see how to get this raid set up. It's been a long time since we've done this. So, let's see if we can get this figured out. Otherwise, everyone, it is a pleasure to be here with you, of course. Always great to be spending time with you. We're very fortunate to get to spend the time with you that we do. So thank you. And I'm going to try to figure out this raid. If this doesn't work, I don't know what to tell you. Let's see if it happened. Hey, it looks like it worked. Okay. Thank you guys for coming to hang out. Pleasure. And fins up, right? Fins up. Everyone's going to cheer for the Dolphins today. And we'll see each and every one of you on the very next stream. So thank you guys for coming to hang out with us. It's always a pleasure. See you next time. Bye-bye.